Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. We're back in this month's event quest. This is chapter 2.2. It's got the Mr. Fantastic boss, and the nodes on this have insult to injury. So if you have, it's 30% defensive ability accuracy reduction per debuff. So if you have 3 debuffs on you, pretty much guaranteed you won't be able to stun them. Power access 1. So basically you gain a lot of power up to special 1, but to try to get to special 2 and beyond, it's difficult. Specialist 2, more damage on the special 2, which is going to be harder to get to because of the power access 1 while they're down, which is going to give him a fury every time you parry or put some other type of non-damaging debuff on Mr. Fantastic. And then Taunter's expertise, where he's going to put a taunt on you from his special 1. If that expires, you're going to get a stifle, which is just more debuffs on you for the insult to injury. It's going to reduce your power rate to get to a special. So my tactic for taking out Mr. Fantastic was just to use champs that could shrug off the debuffs. And so I brought in Killmonger for my first attempt, and you can see I'm throwing my special ones. I do get it careful study passive, which wasn't ideal, but it's not a big deal. I do have Void on the team, which is going to allow me to shrug a bunch of debuffs on Killmonger and heal from it. I do get True Strike after I counter Mr. Fantastic's specials, and that's why I pretty much didn't worry about the special 1 passive, study passive, because he won't be, I'll keep getting a bunch of evade fails. You can see I'm getting a bunch of bleeds on him, and I've thrown off some special 2s. I think I'm going to try to build up to a special 3. One nice thing with Killmonger is if I get debuffs put on me, that's going to give me power gain. So when he throws his specials, particularly the special 1, it's going to help. Now here, I went in, I didn't have my True Strike on. I got smacked. The synergy did not pull off that shock, so yeah, and then I just get smacked because the parry failed from the insult to injury, so you do have to be aware of that. You can see the parries are failing, but it's okay. I'm gonna finish off this fight without any problem. I think I will try to build up to a special 3 at some point, maybe on this next round, and try to finish him with a special 3 with all those bleeds. So you can see I have that taunt on me, and I think it's going to fall off, and it's going to put, or maybe I go for one more round before I get back to special 3. But if the taunt falls off, you will get a stifle, and that's going to, if you don't have a way to shrug off debuffs, then you're going to have some trouble maybe dealing with this guy, especially if you don't have any way to deal with his evades. I'm throwing specials just like crazy, just because 1, I can shrug off some of the careful studies on me, and I can get the True Strike after his specials. So you can see I got 37 bleeds on him right now. You get into a lot of willpower healing, so even though I did mess up and I got pretty low on health, you can heal a lot back. Plus I do have the healing synergy from Void as well that can shrug off debuffs. I'm going to get to a special 3 finally right there. 46 bleeds. This doesn't kill him, but coming out, the bleeds surely do kill him. I have max deep wounds, and these bleeds are going to do crazy damage. Yeah, look at that. Boom, dead. So Killmonger does the trick here. Again, I did have Void on the team to help shrug off a lot of the debuffs that Mr. Fantastic puts on you. Get that True Strike going, and Mr. Fantastic goes down fairly easily. Next up, I think we're going to go in with Kingpin. Yeah, Kingpin. So I do have Hood on the team, which is going to allow me to consistently shrug off debuffs that Mr. Fantastic puts on me. Now, one thing you do have to keep in mind with this fight is the insult to injury. The rage stack that Kingpin starts with the fight with, and he'll continue to build up before he converts those into his overcharge fury mode. those debuffs do go in. So you can see I parried there and it failed. So I'm parrying, fail, because right now I have 3 of those. It's 30% per debuff, which basically means 90%. Now I'm well above 100%. So you do have to keep in mind that if you have rage stacks, those are going to limit your parry stuns. So just kind of keep that in mind. And because they're debuffs, they're going to also come into play with Mr. Fantastic's evades, and I think towards the end he does tag me once from evading when I had a whole bunch of debuffs on me, or the rage debuffs, and he catches me, but we are able to finish this out without any problem. Kingpin, he's a beast. Got the willpower healing from the rage, plus anything else that might get stuck on me, which I don't think hardly any of the debuffs get stuck. I think maybe if I threw a special and then he threw one quick enough, maybe it would have enough time to stick, with the synergy not being able to purify in time. There we got a bunch of evades. Can't parry. More evades. Here, I think I throw into the block. Yeah, so you throw into the block, get smacked pretty good, and then I get evaded again, get smacked. I'm like, ooh, am I gonna die here? Not quite. So you can see there is that taunt. Throw the special, get rid of it, get some adrenaline healing. Got that degen going. And I think I'm gonna throw another special one. There we go. And I think he's going to pretty much melt from here on out. But yeah, Kingpin's a decent option. You just got to keep in mind that your parries most likely for a lot of the fight will fail. But he can get through it, especially if you are careful with your combos. Throw a lot of light attacks and then just be ready to stop your combo if he starts to evade. But yeah, Kingpin does the trick. Get him down. Like playing with Kingpin. Kingpin's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think next up, I think we're going to use Fury. Champs that can purify, shrug off debuffs are key here. I go in with Aegon. So I built Aegon up fairly decently. I think he's just under 150 hits. So any of the debuffs that get put on me, I can easily shrug it off. I'm almost to the point where I'm at 150 combo, and at 150 I'll start to get the true accuracy buffs, which are going to help me to ensure that I do not get evaded for the most part. And this is a rank 3 Aegon. He's hitting pretty hard, and yeah, shrugging off those debuffs, so I don't really have to worry about throwing specials. I can build up to a special 2 and throw off big special 2s with a specialist 2 node on, and get a decent bleed going. I could be hitting into the block more. I could charge. You know, I'm really not the biggest fan of like charging the heavy and getting hit to get the furies and everything. I know that can make the fight go a lot faster, but I don't know, just if I don't need to, I just don't. I just don't like getting hit, even though that happens, but I don't intentionally do it a lot. Sometimes I'll throw it in there, but most of the time I don't. And you can see Aegon finishes off pretty easily. I probably could have tapped him in the block a few more times, but yeah, Aegon ramped him up just a little bit, I think just like 1 or 2 fights, and yeah, does a really good job against that Mr. Fantastic. And then next up, move on to the 4th battle. Yeah, so this one we're going to use Nick Fury. Nick Fury's great against Mr. Fantastic, especially with like the power access and the insult to injury. You can easily get off the debuffs, but with just knockdowns. And the bleed damage that Nick Fury does is great. I don't kill off the LMD, so this is just like regular Nick Fury, and still does plenty of damage. I think here I'm going to do 2 Parry heavies to get off the deep wound bleed active. And then we're just going to go to town, do a lot of light combo enders to get that big bleed off, and just kind of repeat that over and over. And yeah, it works really well. I think I play this one pretty clean. I get another deep wound bleed active. Got 2 of those going. I think I throw off the special 2 here. Boom. Yeah, this guy's just melting away. Very, very simple, easy fight. I got a beta special. And yeah, the bleeds. And if you were to get hit, lose your LMD, this fight would go even faster. I can't wait till I awaken my 6-star Nick Fury. I have him at rank 2, just kind of waiting around. Haven't used, I have a skill catalyst to use. I really want to use it on Nick Fury, but I'm not going to take him up until I awaken him. And there's a few other champs that are kind of in line to get taken up, but I don't have a lot of awakened skill champs on my roster right now as 6 stars, so I'm just patiently waiting. And here we go, light ender into special 2. We don't get the stun off that because we don't have any charges. That's okay. I think just like 1 more combo or 2 and the bleed will just melt Mr. Fantastic away. There we go, easy solo. Finish with a full yellow bar. So yeah, Nick Fury, still a great option against this Mr. Fantastic. And then last up, I'm going to try a champ that I don't use a ton, that I'm growing interest in, but I'm still, I don't know, still on the fence, like trying to deal with Elsa's evade mechanic. Still kind of weird to me, but we're going to try her out. She can shrug off debuffs like crazy, so she's an excellent option for dealing with a Mr. Fantastic, where, you know, the insult to injury can kind of get thrown out the window, because she's going to be shrugging off debuffs to where you won't have to worry about your defensive ability accuracy being reduced. She does pretty solid damage. This is just a rank 1. This is another champ that I'm considering at ranking up. I would like her awakened. I know her awakened ability isn't like crucial. It does amp up her damage, but as far as like her kick goes, it still pretty much stays the same. And you can see that she's going to put on the Cold Snap, which is going to prevent evades from Mr. Fantastic. And you can see those careful studies are getting purified, and I'm getting those precision buffs that go along with that purification. So she hits pretty decent, and it's just the stun, her evade stun mechanic. It always kind of throws me a little off guard to where, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable with the timing of how, like, she does the counter evade and then going in for a hit. So you can see a lot of times I'm not going straight in. It's just because sometimes I feel like I'm just late. But so once I kind of play around with her a little bit more, she'll probably get ranked up because she's a lot of fun. She's got a cool kit. Her shrug ability, purification ability is quite good. I know she does really well on Path 4 on the current Alliance War map. And she does pretty well here. I mean, I did get hit that one time, but I was able to survive, and we'll end up finishing this Mr. Fantastic off without any problem. But yeah, and I do have a synergy to get that disorient. I can't remember who it was. Let me look that up really quick. So I put a few synergies on the team, and let's see, it was it was Jabari. So I think if you saw my team coming into this, I had a 3-star Jabari on the team. That's because that's the only Jabari I have, and you can inflict a disorient when she's reloading, and reduce the block proficiency and defensive ability accuracy. So yeah, Elsa gets the takedown. Hopefully this helped give you a few ideas on who to use. Basically, shrug champs, or champs that have some ability to do with purification, like Shang-Chi would be great. I don't have him. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.